Hello guys, welcome to New Wave Coaching Classes. I'm your host Jatin. Today we are going to discuss about some of the questions related with the nature of roots of chapter quadratic equation. This will be our last lecture for this chapter, right? And some of the questions we will be discussing from exercise 4.4 also. How to find the nature of the roots and what are the conditions which we have discussed in I think previous lectures also. 2 or 3 lectures back we have discussed about these things, right? So let's start first. Let's revise the thing which we have discussed earlier about the nature of the roots before exercise 4.3. Let's see. So if you remember about the quadratic formula, the quadratic formula was basically x equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. And the thing inside the root in the quadratic formula is called as a discriminant, and we denote it by capital D, right? So how we can identify nature of the roots? Let's see the conditions. The first condition, if d, that is d equals to b square minus 4ac is greater than 0, then what we have, the roots are real and distinct. It means they are not equal actually, right? But they are real roots. Second condition, if d is equal to b square minus 4ac, and this thing is equals to 0, that will we say that we have real roots but the roots are equal. And third condition, if d equals to b square minus 4ac is less than 0, then we say that no real roots exist for the given equation, right? Now let's take some of the questions from the exercise 4.4. So we start with the exercise 4.4. Now the first question, I'll take the first part. It's given as, the equation is given as 2x squared minus 3x plus 5 equals to 0. Now how to find basically the discriminant? Before that we should compare the given equation with the general form of the equation. That is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, and then we should write the values of a, b and c. So if we compare with the general form and write the values of a, b and c, what we get, a equals to 2, or b is minus 3 and c is 5, right? Now I have to find the discriminant, that is d, and this d is equal to b square minus 4ac. Now substitute the values. So after substituting the values, I have minus 3 whole square minus 4 into 2 into 5, right? Now this becomes 9 minus 8 5s are 40. So this is minus 31, and since this is less than 0, so we say no real roots. So we write no real roots. So if the roots are not real, we are not going to find out the roots, right? Now let's take one more part of this question. I take the third part. It's given as 2x squared minus 6x plus 3 equals to 0, right? Now again we write, for the first step is to write the values of a, b and c. Now a is 2, b is minus 6 and c is 3. Now the next step is to find the discriminant. So we have b equals to b square minus 4ac. Substitute the values. Now the square of 6 is 36. So we get it as 36 minus 4 to the 8, 8 to the 24, and subtracting these two, I get the value as 12, and this value is greater than 0. So when the value is greater than 0, what is the nature of the roots? So we can see it from the condition. So we say distinct and real roots. Now they say if we have the real roots, we have to find the roots, right? So we apply the quadratic formula So the x equals to minus b plus minus root d upon 2a. Substitute the values. Now this is negative, I write minus. The value of b is minus 6. So this is minus 6 plus minus root d. And what is the value of d? We have already calculated the value of d, and that is 12. So 12 upon and divided by whole divided by 2 into 2. Simplified, this is minus and into minus becomes plus. It is 6 plus minus. Now root 12, we can make the factors of the 12, and accordingly we can bring it to the lowest terms. So root 12 can be written as 2 into 2 into 3. We write the fractals. Denominator we have 4. Now if you have learned the square roots in your junior classes, you must remember when we find the square root, we take the pair, one of the pair, and from one of the pair we take one number outside. So this becomes 6 plus minus 2 root 3 upon 4. Now 2 can be common from the numerator. So I take 2 common. So this is 3 plus minus root 3 upon 4. And this cancels. So what I am left with is 3 plus minus root 3 upon 2. So it means the two roots are basically x equals to 3 plus root 3 upon 2 and 3 minus root 3 upon 2, right? So this was the question in which we have to find the nature of the roots, and if the real roots exist, we have to find the roots also. Now we go to the next question. In the next question, what is given? We are given that some condition for the roots is given, and some unknown variable, we can say unknown constant is given in the question, and we have to find that constant. Now how we can do it? Let's see. Let's see the second question of this exercise. Now in the question it is given, we have to find the value of an unknown constant k, and the condition which is given to us, that is, it has whatever the equation is given, it has two equal roots. Now we know that if the roots are equal, in that case what we have? d0. We are taking the reverse of this thing. In the first question, what we have done, we have found the roots, and then we have formed the condition. If they have a distinct or real roots, they have equal or real roots, or they have no real roots. Now there is a reverse condition. What they have given, that the roots are equal. So when the roots are equal, obviously the discriminant will be equal to 0. Using that condition, we can find the value of the unknown constant which is given in the question, right? Let's see the question now. Now the first part of this question is given as, is given 2x square plus kx plus 3 equals to 0. Alright, this is what is given to us, 2x square plus kx plus 3 equals to 0. Now our first step would be to write the values of a, b and c. So comparing with the general form, we get a equals to 2, b equals to k, and c is equal to 3. Now we are given it has equal roots. It means since roots are equal, therefore d is equals to 0. And what is d? D is b square minus 4ac is equal to 0. Right? Now b square minus 4ac is 0, therefore, now what is b? b is k, so this is k square minus 4 into 2 into 3 equals to 0. Right? Now k square, this becomes 24. So I just take this minus 24 on the right side, and what I have, k square equals to 24. It means the value of k should be equal to root 24. See, we have done in our previous lecture also, whenever we find the square root of any number, it can be positive also, it can be negative also. So it means I have to write plus minus sign. Now we can make this 24 into the lowest terms, and how we can do? We can just form the prime factors for 24. So it will be something like this, 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. Right? Now if you form the pairs, this is the pair, other numbers are not in pair, so obviously 1 from this will come out, and I have k equals to plus minus 2 root 6. Right? So this was about the first question, first part of this question. Let's take the second part now. So we have kx into x minus 2 plus 6 equals to 0. Now you will see, if you see at the first glance, you say it's not a quadratic equation. But what you have to do? You have to simplify it. You have to multiply this thing. We have to open the bracket, right? Then only we can say. So when we multiply this kx inside, I get it as kx square minus 2kx plus 6 equals to 0. Right? Now what we have to do? We have to find the value of, we write the value of a. A will be k. B will be equal to minus 2k. And c will be equal to 6. Right? Now obviously what is given? It's given that b is equals to 0. Therefore b square minus 4ac is 0. So we substitute the values now. So what we have? We put the value of b is minus 2k. So we write minus 2k whole square minus 4 into k into 6 equals to 0. Now, making the square of this, the first one, we get it as 4k square minus 24k. Right? It again becomes a quadratic equation, and the way to form and the way to find out the value of this is we can factorize it. Right? So when we factorize, we can take this 4k common, and we are left with k minus 6 equals to 0. Now, since we are doing quadratic equation, and we have learned earlier also, if the product of two numbers is equal to 0, either of the two numbers can be 0. So here the two numbers are 4k and k minus 6. So what we write? Either 4k equals to 0 or k minus 6 equals to 0. Right? So when we write 4k equals to 0, therefore k equals to 0 or k equals to 6. Now you see one of the value is valid here and the other one is not a valid value. Why? See, if I take k equals to 0, this whole terms become 0. If these whole terms become 0, what we are left? We are left with 6 equals to 0, and that is not true, right? So what we do? We reject k equals to 0. Therefore, k is equal to 6. So this is how we can find the nature of the roots, and if the nature of the roots is given to us, and then we can find whatever is the unknown constant in the question given to us, we can find that value, right? Now let's take some of the statement questions of this exercise. Now, in the third question it is given, is it possible to design a rectangular mango groove whose length is twice its breadth and the area is 800 meters square? And I told you earlier also, whenever we are doing statement question, we should break the question, right? Now, it's given, it is possible to design a rectangular mango groove. So it is in shape of a rectangle, obviously there will be some length and breadth also. And the relation is given as length is twice its breadth, right? So what we do? We suppose let the breadth equals to x meters. Therefore, the length, now what is the relation given as? That length is double of the breadth. So double of x would be 2x meter. Now the area is given to us as 800 meters square. Now the question comes, how to form the equation, right? So equation can be formed using whatever the condition we have, right? If we see area is 800 meters square, and what is the formula of an area of a rectangle? It is length into breadth. This means that L into B is equal to 800. This means 2x into x equals to 800. This means 2x square minus 800 equals to 0. I shifted this 800 on the left side, and when I shift this, nothing is left on the right side, so it will be 0, right? So now I can take 2 common. When I take 2 common, what is left to me is x square minus 400 equals to 0. Now, some of the students, what they will do, they will just factorize this and they will find the answer. But what they have asked is it possible to have this kind of length and breadth in the given area? So it means what we have to do, we have to first of all find the discriminant. If the discriminant is greater than 0 or equal to 0, then this condition is true. Otherwise, this condition is not true. This cannot be solved, right? So we find D, and before finding the D, what we have to write? We have to write the values of A, B, and C. So if we compare this thing with the general form of the equation, A we have as 1, B, the term B, the middle term is not given to us, so B is 0, and C is equal to minus 400, right? So I find the discriminant, so D is B square minus 4AC, so that is 0 square minus 4 into 1 into minus 400. Now what we have, this is 0 square is 0, minus into minus becomes plus, and 4 into 400 becomes 1600. So 0 plus 1600 would be equal to 1600, right? So this 1600 is greater than 0. So we write yes. Therefore, real roots exist. And if the real root exists, so the given condition can be also true, right? So now what we have to do? We have to factorize this and we have to find the values of the length and the breadth. So we take this condition. So x square minus 400 equals to 0. Now it's your choice after this. If you have found the discriminant, you can apply the quadratic formula also to find out the roots of this equation, or you can simply just go for the factorization using the relation a square minus b square equals to a plus b into a minus b. So I am directly applying the relation. So what I have, therefore, this 400 is square of 20. So I can write it as x minus 20 into x plus 20 equals to 0. Now what? Since the product of two numbers is 0, so either of the two can be 0. So therefore, x equals to 20 or x equals to minus 20. Now again, since we are talking about the length and breadth of a rectangle, it can be negative. So we have to reject one of the value, and that is minus 20. So we are rejecting minus 20. Rejecting x equals to minus 20. Therefore, now what was the x? Well, we have x as the breadth. So breadth is equal to breadth equals to 20 meter, and length is equal to, that is 2x. So 2 into 20, that becomes 40 meters. Right? So now we take one more question, that is the fourth question of this exercise. See, you have to find out from the question what you have to do actually. Are they asking directly the roots, or they are asking if the condition is possible or not? If you see the next question, they say is the following situation possible? So if they ask if the following situation is possible or not, it means we have to find the discriminant, and after finding the discriminant we have to check it out if the given thing has the value of discriminant is less than 0 or greater than equal to 0. Obviously if it will be less than 0, no real roots, right? So let's go to the next question. They say, is the following situation possible? If so, determine their present ages. The sum of ages of two friends is 20 years. So what we can write? Let the age of first friend is x years. Therefore, the age of second friend will be, since the sum is given as 20, so if one person is 5, there will be 20 minus 5, it will be 15. So here it is x, so I write 20 minus x. Right, now what does it say? 4 years ago. Now 4 years ago means we are going 4 years back. And when we go back in the years, so the age gets lessened. It means we have to subtract it out. So 4 years ago, age of first friend, that is x minus 4, and age of second friend, that is equal to 20 minus x minus 4, that comes out to be 16 minus x years. Now what is given to us, what is the condition given to us, that the product of the ages 4 years ago was 48. Now product of ages is equal to 48. Now product of ages means the ages which are 4 years ago, their product is 48. So 4 years ago the ages are this and this. So we multiply these two, x minus 4 into 16 minus x equals to 48. Right? Now multiply down, this is 16x minus x squared minus 64 plus 4x equals to 48. Now simplify it now, minus x squared, 16 plus 4 becomes 20x minus 64, and this 48 shifted towards the left side, and what is left on the right side? Nothing is there, so we write it as 0. Now simplify this in, minus x squared plus 20x, and this becomes 112. Now obviously we have to convert the equation in the standard form. So when we convert to standard form, this negative sign have to be changed. So we change all sign of all the terms. So it becomes x squared minus 20x plus 112 equals to 0. Now what we have to do? We have to find the discriminant for this question. So we compare with the general form. We have a equals to 1, b equals to minus 20, and c equals to 112. Right? So we have find the discriminant. Discriminant is b square minus 4ac. We substitute the value, minus 20 square minus 4 into 1 into 112. Right? So square of 20 is 400 minus. You multiply these two, you get it as 4, 4, 8. And obviously the result is minus 48 less than 0. So it means no real roots. So whatever the condition is given to us, that is wrong. That condition cannot be possible. So we write no real roots. No real roots. Therefore, the given condition is not possible. So this is what we have in the fourth question. Now we take the last question of this exercise. That will be the end of this chapter also. Again, we talk about a rectangular park whose perimeter is given to us and the area is given. Again, we have to just find it out if it is possible to design it or not design it. So let's see what are the things given to us. The perimeter is given as Perimeter is given as 80 meters and area is given as 400 meters square. Now you must be thinking in the third question the relation between length and breadth was given, but here the relation is not given. But if you see carefully, the perimeter is basically the relation between length and the breadth, and the area is also relation between length and the breadth. So you can suppose one of the things, we can suppose let breadth is equal to x meters, and we can suppose that length is equal to y meters. Now what we can do, we can just convert one of the variable in the form of the other. So we use this perimeter relation. So perimeter is 80 meters. So 2 into L plus B, this is the formula of perimeter, this is given to us 80. So we just substitute the values. Therefore 2 into x plus y is 80, x plus y is 40, dividing this 2 on the other side, and therefore y is equal to 40 minus x. So this is what we have. X, we can just find the value of, we can just substitute the value of y in the form of x. So now what we have, area is given, area is 400 meter, also L into B is 400. Now L is y and breadth is x. So now the value of the length is 40 minus x. So what we write, therefore 40 minus x into x equals to 400. We multiply it out. This is 40x minus x square equals to 400. Shift this 400 toward this side and just write in the standard form. Therefore minus x square plus 40x minus 400 equals to 0. Changing the signs, x square minus 40x plus 400 equals to 0. Now the next step is to write the value of a, b and c. Now we find the discriminant. So that is minus 40 square minus 4 into 1 into 400. So the square of 40, it becomes 1600 minus 1600, and that is 0. So 0 also means that the roots are real. So we say real roots exist. Now if the real roots exist, we have to find the value of length and the breadth. So you can apply any of the method, whichever method you are comfortable with, you should apply that method only, right? But if in the exam, if particular method is given, then you will have to use that method only to simplify the quadratic equation, right? So now we have the equation as this one. So we write x square minus 40x minus 400. So if we apply the factorization method also, then also we can simplify. This is x square minus 20x minus 20x plus 400 equals to 0. Or we can say x into x minus 20 minus 20 into x minus 20 equals to 0. So we have the factor that x minus 20 into x minus 20 equals to 0. So what we get from here, we get x equals to 20 comma 20. So the breadth is obviously 20 meters. Therefore we write breadth is equal to 20 meters and length was 40 minus x. So therefore length is also equals to 20 meters. So this was all about the question with the nature of the roots. We have to find the roots and the statement question and the exercise 4.4. I hope you understood all the questions which I have discussed in today's lecture. If you have not discussed, I will just request you to just go through the video once again. Still, if you don't find anything, you can just write in the comment section about any of the things you have not understood. I will be providing some of the assignments also in the description of my video. There will be a link provided in the description. In the previous lecture also, I am trying to form these things also. So just you can click the link and the assignment will be open. You can just go through some of the questions in the assignment. And this is from my side. I hope you have understood everything. If not, then watch the video again. Make sure to like my video and subscribe to my channel. This is your host signing off. Goodbye and take care.